Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation, the unlikeliest source of precious metals theft. Let's explore. We all know the value of gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. We certainly do, and how we purchase it and buy it is of legal means, and that is typically through various different sources and many various different ways. We can buy a ring from a jewelry shop, whether it be made of platinum or gold, and obviously we can buy silver and gold bullion, and maybe even constitutional silver coins. Comes in all different shapes and sizes, and even perhaps a 24-karat gold guitar pick. Yes, indeed. All kinds of different ways to be able to buy precious metals. And so, in fact, that guitar pick there, that gold guitar pick, I did a video on it. I will post a link to it at the end screen of this video, so stay tuned for that. But nonetheless, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, all the metals there, they can be purchased in a variety of different ways. And from a variety of different sources. And so once you have it, it's obviously security is a paramount concern, and we know how important it is to have our metals safe and free from theft. And that is so important. That should be the first thing on your mind if you're going to hold these things in your possession. So whether you have it in a safe or stored off-site, it is certainly so crucial that they be guarded and secure. But nonetheless, gold and silver and platinum and palladium, they can be stolen in different ways. And this is a very unusual situation I'm going to be referring to here, and how gold, silver, platinum, and precious metals can be taken. And I have a whole playlist of precious metals crimes, and there's some very unique ways that thieves have been able to take precious metals and to steal them or smuggle them or what have you. So I will post a link to that as well in the end screen of this video. And it is a playlist of all the precious metals crimes, pretty unique to this channel. And a member of this community sent a very interesting story, probably one of the unlikeliest ways that precious metals can be stolen. Because typically what happens is whenever you sell your precious metals back to a local coin shop or a pawn shop or a jewelry store, what have you, or there's leftover or scrap gold and silver that comes in these various different forms and different ways, well, that metal is taken to a refinery. And that's where the source of this theft comes from. From Peters Township, Pennsylvania, as I referred to this article here as shared with me by a member of the community, there is a man that is accused of not paying for more than $300,000 worth of precious metals from a local company. Investigators said Samuel Gratt, who owned the metal refinery company S&W Metals Incorporated in New York, had an agreement with JAB Jewelry in Peters Township to buy their leftover metals. Yes, indeed. And so likely if they're jewelry, they're going to have rings, platinum, but it could come in various different forms. Platinum rings, coins, or just if they're making jewelry, the scraps that could be left from that, or it could become in a powder form or shot or what have you. But police said Gratt allegedly stopped paying for the metals and stopped returning the jewelry store owner's phone calls. According to the criminal complaint, he took nearly 167 ounces of gold, about 19 ounces of platinum. And here's the platinum ring there to give you an idea of kind of what platinum would look like in this form. Platinum is used in jewelry. People don't realize that it is as much, but yes, there is plenty of platinum jewelry out there, and gold is not the only metal that is used, or silver for jewelry, but you can use platinum as well. So 19 ounces of that metal, or platinum, and more than 106 ounces of silver. That's right. Of course, silver, very easy to work with, low melting point, and so more than likely, who knows how that was taken. It could be a poured silver bar or what have you, or just scraps and they take it and refine it. Very interesting. And so this is valued altogether at the time of the writing of this article at $302,000. Amazing. When the New York City Police Department went to look for Grant at his business, employees told him they hadn't seen him since late December, according to the criminal complaint. You know, that is quite odd. So they haven't seen him since late December, and this article was published here in May. It makes you wonder how they are able to keep the company going without the owner. How big of the company is this refining company, and is it unusual or that odd that the owner of the company just doesn't show up for work multiple days with a business like that? I guess it's quite possible. You know, I don't know. They have managers, and maybe he does things more off-site, and so that may be how he was able to get away so quickly. You know, was he in contact with the management and his employees while he was gone since December? And how available was he by phone? I don't know. Very interesting indeed. Police were told there also appeared to be other victims involved with Grat. And so, yes, indeed, that's interesting to think about, that there's been others, maybe a conspiracy, or that he had taken advantage of other people in other shops or what have you. So there could be more than $302,000 worth of precious metals, and maybe it was small enough that those other organizations just kind of wrote it off. So who knows exactly what the story is there, or how much more he would have gotten away with. $302,000, you could get away, you could travel, and maybe perhaps become harder to track, but who knows? But nonetheless, the story automatically goes to the last sentence here and says that he is now in the Washington County Jail on $50,000 bond. So that means he's been caught. So there you go. They didn't say how they caught him, but he's been had. He is in their custody. So very, very interesting indeed. The story also doesn't say whether or not the precious metals has been recovered, but you need to think about it. If you are a store owner or somebody who is sending precious metals to a refinery, well, that's the least likely place that you would think you would get had, and your precious metals will be stolen. But obviously in this case, that is not the case. So very interesting way for a precious metals crime to occur. You just never know. And, you know, and this is one reason why, you know, I'm certainly nervous about sending precious metals through the mail. In fact, even when you order precious metals online, there's so many different ways and vulnerabilities there for theft to take place. We all tend to kind of take for granted the postal system, whether or not be through private or public postal services. And, you know, whenever you get the metals in your hand, especially if they're heavy boxes of silver, you know, you feel a sense of relief that they're there and in your possession. But just another example. And so this is quite a story. And precious metals crimes, never know. There's enough people in the world that certainly do understand the value. There's a lot of ignorance in the world too about precious metals, but I believe now more than ever before, more and more people are waking up to the value of the metals, and that being the case, and obviously in this case, that it was a part of the business. Definitely, this business for refining gold and silver, platinum, is something that was well known to this individual. But as you see more and more people accumulating and waking up to what precious metals are, we're going to hear more and more stories of theft like this. So I hope you found this video insightful and entertaining, fascinating indeed. Precious metals theft in a very unusual way. like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.